This is BoobTube Live!
So this is a little bit different setup than normal. My sister's been in town, and there's been a lot going on with school and stuff, and family issues, and health and whatnot. But maybe I'll be able to get this done in a Jimmy style, and be able to get it done in one shot. But we'll see. My D&D story is about my character Nico. He was a dwarven fighter specifically built around improvising weapons, and was very hardy and tough, very armored, and was meant to not go down easy. He was meant to go down swinging. And there was one specific time that really he got a chance to show that off. We're investigating the murder of this elven girl that was tied to possible events of, like, freezing the town, linked to a cult, and whatnot, you know. I'm sure I'm going to get some of these details wrong, so correct me, I imagine. Some of you will. That was very Yoda-ish of me. So we go down to the jail cell, and we find that her body is dead in the jail cell, with her hands tied, and she's gagged and bound and everything, and she has a knife in her back. So, of course, because you're the adventurers, you have to be the ones to try and, you know, solve this problem, because you're the only ones in the world that can solve problems. And we go in there, and of course our thief decides, hey, nobody's using this knife. Nobody's going to miss this knife. And she steals the knife, and it turns out that knife was binding the elf's soul to the body. So what got released was a poltergeist. So we had to stop this poltergeist because it was going to probably kill us all. We had a cleric who could enchant our weapons so that we could actually attack the poltergeist, because, you know, what's a melee character going to do to a poltergeist? And so I didn't want to enchant my weapon, I wanted to enchant my fists, because I thought that would be badass. So I used my ore axe, which is an ore that is sharpened like an axe, as a pole vault, to then propel myself forward and Superman punch this girl, you know, this ghost, into submission. Thing is, I crit failed on my roll. And so instead of Superman punching this ghost, I instead slam my head in between the bars of the cell and get myself stuck. Then while my head is stuck between the bars of the cell, one of my compatriots tries to shoot the poltergeist with an arrow, and of course, she fails and shoots me in the butt. So I've got my head stuck between the bars, I've got my butt pierced with an arrow. From there, the poltergeist decides, hey, I've got a captive subject. Why don't I go ahead and possess this guy? Then the poltergeist successfully possesses me, thereby throwing me into berserk rage, and my character gets more than 20, about 24 strength, rips the bars off the cell, and proceeds to beat the living crap out of my entire team. I got nearly everyone down to 0 and or incapacitated. And it wasn't until I rolled a crit that I could successfully expel the spirit from my body. So, yeah. That doesn't really ever happen in any other medium ever. You never have a video game where things like this can happen. They're always, like, scripted, they're on rails, but in D&D, it's where these crazy things can happen. Anything in your imagination can happen. Whatever you want to do can happen. And then, this also creates an environment where you can have really touching moments. And that's what I love about D&D, is having these amazing stories to tell, and being able to hang out and experience these things with my friends, and being able to have a group activity where we get to connect and share these stories that we will probably forever tell, no matter how old we get. That's what makes D&D amazing.